Hi, this is Cheryl Gallant, your Conservative Member of Parliament for the frozen riding of Algonquin Renfrew-Pembroke. Welcome to Carney's Hunger Games. This is your chance to compete against your fellow citizens in a race for compensation. Now, I know that in Canada, the word compensation means paying someone for a loss they have suffered, but Carney must be using one of his British spellings because the Liberal definition that compensation is a prize that must be fought for. In case you hadn't heard the news, because the Liberals announced it over the weekend when nobody was looking, the Liberals launched their prohibited firearms compensation program. Never in the history of Canada has a government delivered a program like this. They claim that the program would launch yesterday, that it would run until the end of March, and that they had arbitrarily capped the program costs well below what the estimated cost would be. So instead of compensating everyone, the Liberals say it is a race for cash. First come, first serve. After that, you're out of luck and in possession of an illegal firearm. The Liberals kept stressing that this program is voluntary. We thought they were just trying to gaslight Canadians into thinking that ordering people to obey a threat of jail was somehow voluntary. It turns out that the Liberals are volunteering to compensate Canadians whose property they've destroyed for a small fraction of their monetary value. This is such a dangerous precedent for the Liberals to set. If the government infringes on your rights or takes your property, you are owed compensation at market value. The Liberals are clearly saying that if you're politically unpopular, you get nothing. Today, it's the lawful firearms owners that are being targeted. Tomorrow, it could be any group that gets on the wrong side of the Laurentian elites. What's so maddening is that if you were to describe this program in the abstract to any Liberal, they would think it's something only a reality TV star president would do. In fact, go find a Liberal and ask them if they just heard the news about President Trump offering compensation for people hurt by ICE agents, but only the first 1,000 hurt would receive any money. What's their reaction? That's how a normal person should behave when they find out the government is pitting citizens against one another in a not so amazing race for cash. The law is clear. When the government takes your property or destroys your property, it must compensate you. Not the government may compensate you, not the government might compensate you, it must. Anything short of that is theft. Considering this is the same government planning the largest seizure of land, Canadians may wish to ask their Liberal MP if property rights have been secretly abolished. Everything about the Trudeau gun grab was bad, but it was par for the course with the Liberals. This is something new. This is brazen. This is Mark Carney. This is own nothing and be happy, or else. In February of 2021, the House of Commons passed a motion calling on the Liberal government to recognize the genocide of Uyghurs in China. In April, China's communist dictator ordered the People's Liberation Army to prepare for an invasion of Taiwan by next year. That same month, Canadian public servants reported those same communists running China were attempting to interfere in the federal election to support Carney. In November 2024, just 4 months before Carney became our unelected prime minister, Brookfield secured a $276 million loan from the Bank of China. Last week, Carney went to Beijing to thank his donors and campaign volunteers. In the process, he promised Communist China he'd allow about 50,000 of their spy cars into Canada. This was in return for a country with 1 billion mouths to feed, promising to make their citizens pay less for Canadian food. The Carney base is applauding his deal to secure the magical beans. The Laurentian elite only see dollar signs. They both claim that we had to make this deal because of Trump. This is ridiculous. Nothing his worst critics have accused him of come even close to matching the tyranny of the communists who control China. They claim China is the second biggest market for Canadian exports. The only problem with that argument is that it ignores almost 2 decades of work to reach comprehensive trade agreements with the entire European Union and the 10 other members of the Trans-Pacific Trade Network. The whole point of the Trans-Pacific Trade Network was to boost trade amongst each other at the expense of Communist China. Communist China is desperately trying to unwind its mountain of debt without cratering its economy. They're desperate and they're vulnerable. That this was our chance to leverage their weakness and secure a trade deal with India. Liberals have failed for 10 years to get a trade deal with India. Instead of working with the largest democracy, Carney is in with the dictatorship of Qatar, one of the biggest sponsors of terrorism in the world. Carney even bragged about how much profit the Qataris will be able to extract from their Canadian investments. This will help the bottom line of Carney's investment banker friends, but it will only make life less affordable and more miserable for Canadians. We can't afford any more Carney. Live from Ottawa, this is Cheryl Gallant.
Right.
Now, you had also sent me a reel. Did you want to do that now, or
Sure.
see if I can get it done? I have to leave by 11:30 at the latest because last time the train, instead of coming at 12:23, came at 12.
45 people.
Huh?
45.
Oh, that's kind of good. Okay, so what was that? What did you call your reel?
That was Carney Games.
Welcome to the Carney Games?
Maybe.
Yes, I got it. Welcome to the Carney Hunger Games.